motivation. Stop lying. You don't need a vacation. Stop lying. You ain't got nowhere to go. Stop lying. Come on, y'all, let it flow. Stop lying. Lie right. Lie right. Lie right. Lie right. Y'all were thinking it? I just said it. Now tell me I'm lying. What's up, y'all? We are back with another episode of Lyin, the transformative podcast that focuses on community, culture, the things that I witness in real life and especially on social media. We focus on pop culture, regular culture. I don't really focus on politics too much because your president be getting real ghetto. But I like to make a healthy dialogue between me and people of especially LGBTQIA, women, black and brown people of color, especially because it's Juneteenth, you know what I'm saying? They not like us, you know what I'm saying? And just everybody that deserves a voice and deserves to be heard. Today's episode is going to be very, very, very lackadaisical. One, because it is 90-something degrees in New York City, and I cannot run the fan or the AC high enough while I am filming, otherwise it will ruin sound quality. And secondly, it's a podcast. I'm not going to over-edit sound, and I'm certainly not going to over-edit this mug, okay? Today we have no makeup on because I'm sweating my tits off, but, you know, that's what it is. So happy, what's today, Wednesday? Happy Wednesday. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Pride Month. I am here to celebrate with the best of us. What's been going on? Again, took a little hiatus, no big deal. And I'm gonna stop calling these episodes seasons because it's even confusing me when I have to do the whole upload thing. So what I'm going to do is just call this episode 8. How am I feeling? Right now, let's be completely honest. I feel really good. I had a resurgence of positive energy lately, and I think it's because I've gotten the rest that I needed so much of. The sense of enthusiasm that I'm getting again around creating is really special. And, you know, I had an interesting conversation with someone lately who was like, artists are not content creators. And I want to touch on that. I really want to touch on that. And I want to know how you guys feel about it after I put out the voting or the Q&A, obviously. But yeah, happy Pride Month. Welcome my gays, my theys, my non-binaries, you know what I'm saying? And happy Juneteenth. I want to talk about Juneteenth. So obviously, everyone knows, even the people that don't want to know, and that's what we're going to talk about. Juneteenth is a day where people, not only black people, commemorate the emancipation of slavery. This is a holiday that has been happening for over 100 years, and that's still not long enough because we shouldn't have been slaves or even emancipated only 100 and something years ago. And, you know, that's our America. The people who are going crazy right now about this Trump and Biden situation, I told you I don't do politics like that. Obviously, I'll probably have a guest on who does do politics and who really, really is a nerd for this stuff. I'm a nerd for all the other things. But it's gross right now. So I follow a couple really big YouTubers and not publicists, journalists. And the way they have devoted their time and passion into this current election with obviously, you know, Donald Trump and his 34 counts of federal law breaking. Yeah. And we also have we have our president's, y'all president. You have Joe Biden's son about to go to jail for gun charges and doing whatever drug he was doing at the time. I don't know. It's just what do you do? So that's what the state of the world is in right now for the people who care about voting and not voting. And that's another thing. I got one group of people saying, how dare you not vote? And another group of people I'm never going to vote because both sides are bullshit. Man, listen, I'm not telling you my stance on any of this political shit whatsoever. I'm not telling you what's going on. I'm not saying my opinion on it. If you have any sense and you know who I am a black woman, black queer, and it seems like I'm just not getting the sense of safety that I need through these candidates. So this is none of my business at all. The country's gonna do what the country's gonna do, but I'm not telling y'all if I'm voting or not, because obviously one president literally has a cult-like system where he has the MAGA country literally up in arms, walking around with shotgun, MAGA, America, going crazy. And it's not only given racism and fascism, it's not only given patriarchy, bigotry, it's given like it's ugly and scary to like use small words. The way that Donald Trump has assessed a group of people, and let's just say, the people who climbed the wall that day, and not the wall he wants to not the wall he wants to put up. When he climbed the walls of the White House that day, yeah, those kind of people. He's like literally made people so entrapped within what he is. Whether he's a reality star, a hip hop artist, he don't even know what he is. He literally sits there as if he's a rapper. Like he makes deals as if he's like the A&R of Daddy's House. For those of you who don't know what Daddy's House is, that was P. Diddy's recording studio back in the day. But anyway, he and P. Diddy probably be really good friends. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I don't have time for like what's going on right now. Like you have 34 federal charges. You ain't going to jail. Mr. Joe, last time I seen Mr. Joe, he fell off of a bike that wasn't moving. He fell off that thing and it wasn't even moving. But anyway, Mr. Joe's son got gun charges. What? Anyway, people get gun charges all day, but they're not the presidents of the United States. People have 34 counts of federal broken laws on their records all day. They're still not the president of the United States. I don't know what the agenda is, but I just never seen nothing like this ever coming into play in 2024. I've just never thought of this like while I was alive. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But anyway, happy Juneteenth. And I was speaking about Juneteenth because I was on the racist side of TikTok recently, where a bunch of Trump MAGA people, you can maybe guess what they were, because they weren't black, obviously. And the question was, from the interviewer, who is pro-black, he's pro-Juneteenth, he's pro-America, he's pro-people having equal rights. The interviewer was saying, hey, to these people, what do you think about Juneteenth? And there was like hundreds of people saying they don't understand why the holiday exists and that we should be celebrating 4th of July because America is not only about black people, it's about all people. But you don't see any of us doing half the shit that they do. And, I would never tell... if I or a group of black people choose not to celebrate the 4th of July, it's because we don't feel like it. We don't have rallies about not celebrating July 4th. We just don't do it. See, that's how unbothered black people and black culture is. We have to be so unbothered in times of animosity, in times of traumatic experiences, in times of when people are wholeheartedly out to get us, and also during prejudice court cases, during blatant racism. We have to always keep our composure because that's what America and history did to us. So we always have to, and this was a really great conversation that I was watching. It was Bill Maher, I don't know, two white old men, literally like going back and forth about leftists and rightists and central left people and central right people and people who are liberal and people who are not, conservative, whatever. It literally is looking like white and black. And a white man was arguing on the behalf of Juneteenth, saying how
no matter what, there's still a trickle effect from slavery to black people right now, and how black people live, how black people work, and how we survive. And the counter argument was, but we all have free rights. So you need to get up, be a good person, go to school, get a job. You can have the same job a white man can get. And that is so wrong. And that's wrong for all the wrong reasons. That's wrong for all the obvious reasons. And for me to sit here and explain why I can have the same education, me as a black, brown woman, have the same education as a white man, go to the same school, apply for the same job, and I have the larger possibility of not getting the position, is common fucking sense. So that conversation was just interesting to watch, especially two white men just arguing back and forth about it, because when black people scream about it all day, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Whatever. But yeah, Trump is a notorious cokehead, and and Joe Biden's son does a lot of drugs. We do not care. We don't care. Just, can you please give us somebody who's going to help save us? And can you please give us somebody who's not going to make fun of reparations? And can you please give us somebody who's not going to compare slavery to the Holocaust? Can you please just, if we give a fuck about politics, if anybody that's into politics is watching, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't know. Who am I? I'm just an artist. I'm just a content creator. I'm just here, just doing stuff. You know what I mean? You might see a little bit of sweat in this video. It's only because I am burning up, okay? I'm literally sitting here creating this video because I feel like there are people who need to hear this stuff. And also, I miss it. I miss y'all. I miss the feedback. I miss everything about it. Yeah, I don't understand really why there's this big separation, like this gap between content creation and being anything else. We're just stepping off that. We're stepping out of that subject. I mean, just like talking about him, you could just talk about that subject the whole episode, and I don't want to. Like, this ain't what we about. This is a self-help, self-love channel. This is a network and a platform where I'm here to kind of express my journey and my challenges through being an artist for the last 15 years in multiple mediums, all while maintaining mental health, going through the bad times, the really bad times, the good times, and transitioning into a more digital world where I am satisfyingly able to navigate social media. That's what this platform is about. And yeah, I'm going back to that conversation about how someone told me I'm an artist, I'm not a content creator. And I had to really I didn't even have to think about that because it's a blatant lie. So even if I wasn't sitting up here and didn't have a voice and I wasn't articulate, I wasn't well-spoken into the camera or in front of the camera, you got to think about what I was doing to even be recognized to be an artist. I'm talking 15 years ago. I'm talking MySpace days. You know what I mean? How did your MySpace page look? And that's what I be thinking about when I think about this whole new content creation generation, because it's quite different now because it's more glossy, and that's what the world is. Everybody has good cameras, good mics, an iPhone, and a ring light. During MySpace days, we had the sunlight that came from the window. We had outside, and we probably had a point-and-shoot camera if you were into content creation, which it wasn't called back then. It just wasn't called that. I don't remember what I said to myself when I went into B&H Photo on 34th Street, bought my first point-and-shoot camera. That's, for the people who don't know, it's just that small little handheld camera that people sometimes bring on vacation. And then I took the camera, plugged it into my laptop, and went off on Photoshop so that I could then post photos that would then go viral on MySpace. That was the beginning of my content creation era. And that's before I had any musical production, any music put out. That's before I was songwriting for other artists. That was before I was a professional voiceover actor. That's before I acted in any movie or commercial. You just had to do it if you were interested in those things. And I had no idea. To be candid, I had no idea that that was even called creating content. So now when I speak to people and they're like, content creators are not artists, artists are not content creators, like vice versa. Well, that is true to an extent. Some content creators don't have a talent where they're distributing art, but sometimes their videos be so good. Ain't that an art? And vice versa. Like, if you like me and you've been producing images and viral videos and visual art for the last 15 years, you are an artist. And if you've been posting yourself and distributing your music on several platforms, you definitely are an artist and you're definitely a content creator. So for the people who are juggling with that, I understand where you're coming from. Like don't feel bad. The point is, don't feel bad for not posting if you are an artist, a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, a real estate agent, etc. Everyone does not have to create content in order to be successful, especially if you already were in the business you're in. Social media is really tricky and it's really hard if you want to dive in and be successful. Like, the goal of social media is, when you want to make money from it, or monetize is the word, and we love that word now, right? Is to, one, drive traffic towards what you already have going on, or two, genuinely just monetize on the platform. Those are for people who use social media for monetary gain. For the other people who just have social media and start to feel bad because they're not creating content, you should just not feel bad. Like, there's people who have social media to look at seafood plates and puppies. Like, literally. There's nurses and doctors who don't have any followers, but they have they have all the social media pages, and they just want to look at, a couple seafood bowls. You know what I'm saying? They want to look at the seafood bowls. I get it. Like, I totally understand. But because I organically already kind of grew my platform through creating content for almost 16 years through other platforms, it just happens like this. So now I felt like, instead of me like sitting on it, like, okay, bitch, you didn't got you a lot of followers everywhere. How about you make some coin? And that's why I use my content creation to gain traffic towards what I already have going on, which is music, modeling, this podcast, Lyin, my digital assets that I put out, which is merch and digital books, and also one-on-one coaching, consultations, people who want to hear what I got to say, but they want to pay for it. If I didn't have social media, and because I'm not a networking gal, I don't really like going outside and telling people what I do because I'm a super introvert. Social media works the best in my favor. It works great for me. So, yeah, I can be an artist and a content creator, and I can make it fun here. It doesn't have to be stressful. I'm watching a bunch of stress unfold online for no reason. Grown ass YouTubers just arguing with one another, like, and these are not normal YouTubers. Like, they make like $250,000 a year. I'm gonna need y'all to stop arguing with one another over the internet, because you see what I'm doing right now? I'm trying to make $250,000 a year from this, okay? And I'm going to be consistent. Life happens, but nothing bad has happened. Nothing bad has happened. I'm really, 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 really special. And I manifested and created a life where I look at it every day and I'm just like, yo, I dreamed this. You know what I mean? When you visualize the amount of how I visualize through journals, scripting, candles, meditation. I mean, everything that mirror, talking through mirrors. Like, I literally do all the metaphysical stuff to visualize my current situation and my future. I do the scientific stuff, which is honestly just You have to work on your brain. You have to make sure that you are constantly reminding yourself how to be happy in your present so that your future looks incredible. And that is definitely just not a manifestation, loopy-doopy, metaphysical, mystical thing. That is not witchcraft. You telling yourself how you are currently right now and working on your current atmosphere is literal science. And once you really tap into that, your life changes. And I've watched my life change, like watched it. And instead of complaining, you kind of like rip that away. Like you don't complain anymore. Because once you realize you're sitting there complaining to yourself and nobody cares about your complaints. You can have a lover, a friend, a best friend, a partner, parents, whatever. Let me tell you something. People are always going to think about what they have going on first. Because even if they want to help you, they still have to think about them. How can they help you if you're going through something traumatic without helping themselves first? So instead of sulking and complaining and not saying, obviously this is situational, this is like scenario based, you really have to learn the science behind not complaining. And that is really a science. And it's creating a habit, which is also science. It's just like going to the gym. You get a six-pack, and how do you get a six-pack? You create a habit. And you create a habit by literally being diligent, going back until your body naturally goes there. And then, whoa, what do you know? 2 months later, you have a six-pack because you stayed consistent. You stayed diligent, resilient. It's literally, this is how this shit goes, okay? I ain't got time. And that goes back to what I be teaching, okay? So for those who don't know, I am a certified life coach. My niche is specifically in creative mindset by way of artists who suffer from imposter syndrome. The reason why I chose to land there and stay in that area is because, one, super relatable, been there, done that. Do not suffer from imposter syndrome whatsoever, like not even a little bit. Okay, let's take a drink to that. Cheers to that, okay. Not even a little bit. I don't live there. And I get to celebrate that. I'm really happy to celebrate that. I do not live there. But because it is so relatable to my peers, family members, and just people I've worked with in the past that are so hard on themselves, I can see why or how people suffer from imposter syndrome, which is just fraudulent. You feel fraudulent. You feel like you are unreal. Everything that you do is not worthy or worth it because you are seeking approval from others. And imposter syndrome can come in waves. It can come little or big, small or large. It sometimes hits you in the back of your head like your grandma did growing up. And it sometimes literally stomps on your entire life, whereas you are in paralysis mode, analysis paralysis. You sit there and think about doing the act that you want to do so bad that you are so paralyzed you never do it. I don't know how many artists in my circuit that tell me about what they want to do every single day. I mean, they tell me, they show me, they give me mock-ups, designs. I've even gotten samples from what people want to do but do not produce it. And that is part of imposter syndrome. You're overthinking. You're comparing yourself to other artists. You're not celebrating your small wins. And most importantly, you don't believe yourself and you don't believe that people are going to believe you. And that's imposter syndrome, just like in a nutshell. It goes much deeper, and there's so many more branches that come with having imposter syndrome, especially as an artist. Us artists are very, very special people. And I mean that because we don't only see life through a business lens or a financial lens. We view life through this like special lens, like, whoa, we have a gift, and sometimes the gift sits in us so much that it needs to, it's like an explosion happening. You have to get it out. So my peers, sometimes they have that with music. They don't want to put out their project, but what the fuck you waiting on? Who you waiting for? What are you doing? What are you doing currently? I mean, you've done the project. You've done the hard part. You've done the hard part. The next step is putting it out. And then when you're such an artist with imposter syndrome, the other part See, I told you it's layers like a birthday cake, bitch. You don't want to promote it. So you put this whole extravagant project out. Let's put this in music, a podcast, a TV show, a web series, a script if you're a film writer, a pair of shoes if you're a designer, a whole clothing line. I'm talking like this shit goes, a writer. It just goes and goes and goes. But I've seen brilliant work and brilliant people produce these marvelous projects and just don't have the feeling of promoting them because they feel like they're fraudulent, and they also have the other feeling of people not believing them. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Do you die with it? Because I don't know. If I just spent $20,000 shooting a music video, I'm finna pump it, okay? I'm gonna push it. I don't care who likes it. I don't care who doesn't like it. And that's what's special about not having imposter syndrome anymore. You've made it over that hump. You stop caring about how people view your work, and you start doing the work because you care about it. You can no longer sit and be like, you look at other people's shit on TV and be like, damn. And I'm, again, talking about artists and creators, people that produce work to promote work, right? They produce to promote. They produce to promote, then gain monetarily, okay? These are the people that I talk to, and I mean, when you think you have the steps, you still don't have the steps. When you think you know the route, you still don't have the route. Your path is so unique compared to everyone else's that if you just don't do it, you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna go crazy, okay? And I'm very much like the opposite of a normal artist. I have artist brain, but I don't. Meaning I'm really business savvy. I'm really level-headed. I'm sure I'm not neurodivergent. I don't have a problem with scheduling, and I don't have a problem with lists. Those are my favorite things to do. I'm extremely organized. So if I have a task, it's easy for me to complete the task because I had the task. If I just have things to do all day, I kind of just slowly, sluggishly do them. But if I have something to do and I have a deadline, I don't have a problem committing. And that's what happens sometimes with a lot of artists due to neurodivergency or autism, or just simply being overwhelmed by life because your mind is on your art. So, it's a lot of layers to this shit. But that's why I talk to people, and that's why people book me for one-on-ones, or they DM me with voice notes, and you still getting charged. I want to let you know, okay? Even if it's a discovery call, you're getting charged for that. If you don't know what exactly you want to talk to me about, that's a fee. Okay? So you may prompt me in an email. You can tell me about like what you think you got going on. I'm still going to say that's fine. I'll probably give you some words of encouragement, but I'm going to then lead you to a link, Google Calendar, and then you can book me for a one-on-one. And if you don't feel like booking me for a one-on-one, you can definitely go buy my ebook now. It's called 10 Ways of Overcoming Your Imposter Syndrome for the Artist. And it's out now, so you can just go to the link in my bio. I'll also link it under this video. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Yeah. I got 27 jobs. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. I love it here. It's great. I feel good. It's Pride Month. What am I doing to celebrate? Nothing. Because that includes people. Oh, I also found out that I'm not only an introvert. I am an isophile. See, that sounds like the other word. Listen, in the mental health community, we have traditionally had a stigma around isolation because it sometimes was led to be known as a trauma response for people who remove themselves from everything. So you go into isolation if you're depressed or if you have hyperanxiety or something, you know what I mean? And that I knew that wasn't the case for me. I knew that was not the case for me because one, I don't go into isolation and I don't remove myself. I thoroughly enjoy being alone. I do not enjoy parties. I do not enjoy going out unless I'm doing something exactly that I want to do, which is probably eating and having a martini. Okay? Like, I'm very specific. And it took me to be in my mid-30s to figure this out. So basically, it's compared to like the lone wolf. And I'm only saying this because I know there's like millions of people that are like me who been called introverts like half their lives, and you're not really an introvert. How am I an introvert when I do this shit for a living? Like literally, I'm an entertainer. So even when I do have to go out or be in a studio setting or be at a concert, everyone talks to me and I talk back, and I don't go into a social withdrawal. I have no social anxiety. And I'm saying this because I've been psychoanalyzed many times. Okay. I've been clinically assessed. I am not neurodivergent. I do not have social anxiety. I am not someone who just like removes themselves or detaches themselves from society. I do not disassociate. I don't have a problem. I actually love people. I just enjoy myself more. Wow. Yeah. Let that sink in. I love people. I love being around people selectively. I love selectively hanging out with people. I love selectively networking in person with people. I do not feel that my career in entertainment is the same as most of my peers because what I do is I don't go out and network. So you won't see me outside. You know the words I get like all the time? Yo, you ain't never outside. I know. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be yelling over you in a lounge or a club or a bar. I don't need to show you who I am in person. If I'm out of sight, out of mind, that doesn't bother me. Also, the popularity contest, the popularity game. Let me tell you who doesn't care. Let me tell you who doesn't care about ever being popular. I do not care. I do not care about that game. I don't play this game. And quite frankly, I do not. I mean, what the entertainment industry has shown me is so trifling that I really love how I'm just right on the outskirts where I still have ample opportunity that is handed to me, whereas I did not have to go and shake a million hands, kiss a bunch of ass, and suck a bunch of dick for it. Not saying that going to events you're sucking dick. I'm not saying that, but a lot of people are. You don't want to be there. These people make you uncomfortable. You don't feel like talking to them, but you stay in these spaces because you feel like you're supposed to. And that's one thing I'll never do, and I'll never give that advice to anybody. If that makes you happy, that made me happy from the age of 19 to maybe 29. I was okay in those spaces. I was okay going out every day. And it was like routine to me. It was like going to work. So since I was not out of sight, people always remembered to book me for things. And it made life smoother and easier until I realized social media can do the same shit. So I like it here. It's more complicated because there's less conversation. There's more just like, you really get just down to the business, and you also have to show up. When I'm in person, my personality and shit, that just speaks for itself. And then people are like, hey, nice seeing you last night. By the way, I'm working on this. Would you be interested? Boom. It happens way differently. I wouldn't say quicker, just differently. So I really genuinely do not enjoy the outside networking stuff. I don't enjoy networking on the internet either. Am I sweating? Not too bad. I don't enjoy it. I don't care, right? So this is not for everyone. This life is not for everyone. This is the life that I chose. It's not mediocre. It is flamboyant, healthy, substantial. And I can recall manifesting this point in my life. Now, what I'm doing now is re-manifesting. And when you got to re-manifest, bitch, you done did some shit, okay? You did something. So remember, when people tell you got to get out there and hustle, and you're supposed to be hustling, I do not subscribe to hustle mentality and hustle culture. I do not subscribe to hustle culture whatsoever. I believe in getting all the sleep that I need. I believe being my own boss. I believe making my body rest when it's yelling out for rest. And I also believe in my nervous system being healthy, because I don't have time for a bunch of people shocking me out of my place and reorganizing my chakras because y'all want to go out every night, drink, do a bunch of cocaine in the back of my head like I can't see you. And I need to recalibrate after that, because that's the industry. And I'm not interested. And also, I do not like hugs. I don't like hugs. But yeah, I told you what I had going on. So hopefully after I publish this video, which will be the day after Juneteenth, I'd like some Q&A from some folks. I'd like to hear what questions you guys have, you people have. I'd like to hear about what's going on in your life. I am always down to answer questions publicly or anonymously on the podcast or on YouTube. And I really, 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 really appreciate your patience and just always supporting. Like every time I post something, y'all be on, you be on it. You be on it. You be on it. You be on it. It's really hot here. I'm going out with like this, okay? My one word is, it's not one word, but the last thing I got to say, just because it's resonated a little bit, is grow up. Grow up. I don't know what juncture you're at in your life right now, but grow up. Friends can't see one another every day. Friends have kids. Friends have lives. Friends have careers. Just because you don't see your friend every day does not mean anything. Just because they don't answer the phone for you every day does not mean anything. And if you think that it means something, what you're supposed to do is contact them clearly and ask, hi, did I make you uncomfortable? Did I make you angry? Did I do anything to make you unsatisfied? Are you still my friend? That's what adulthood looks like. Because if you don't do that with me, I'm not going to ever assume that there's anything that I did wrong to you, because I do not care. I am grown. I have a life. I have bills. I have dogs. Like, grow up. Okay? People got mental health stuff going on. You don't know what your friend is going through. Okay, so if you don't hear from someone, stop talking shit about them. If that was really your friend, please go be a friend and ask them, hey, you okay? I miss you. Okay, don't ever, ever, ever. Oh no, I'm not ending like this. I'm reading my DM. DM goes as read. So you too good to do open mics now? Y'all thought I was going to end like that. I thought I was going to end like that too. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me break it down for you. Real simple. Real simple. That is not how you get anyone to perform at anything. That's not how you get any. This person reached out to me. I've known this person for about 10 years now. They own a studio that also hosts open mics for artists. Whether the artists are big or not, I have not done my research. That is not what I'm doing. Why? I didn't ask to do an open mic. Okay? For the people that don't know, I'm a music artist. I'm a musical artist, a musician. I am a singer, songwriter, rapstress. I can rap, I can sing, I can do pop music. I've done it all. You can go look up She's Lyin on Spotify, you name it, okay? So this person, after my 11 or 12th year of doing music professionally, contacted me and said, so you too good to do open mics now? Now, I'm not even going to tell you what my response was, okay? But I'm going to tell you why this person is wrong. One, did I reach out to you asking to do an open mic? That's number one. Did I reach out to you? Two, I'm not doing nothing that doesn't entail cash. And also, money, also, if I didn't ask to collaborate with you and this is not mutually beneficial, this ain't a collaboration. This ain't a collaboration. This ain't a collaboration. You know what this is? It's you asking me to come light your ass up. You want me to make your spot look lit. I don't feel like working. I just told y'all that. I don't feel like working. I don't want to work. The work that I do is good for me because it's fun, it's soothing, it's satisfying, and also it is serving. I am here to serve people, and that's my purpose. That's why I literally am a life coach, and I'm a model, and I show other girls how to model professionally, how to make money modeling. I show other women how to literally get up, gain confidence, and step in front of that camera. This is the work that I do and get paid for. So not only am I a mentor, I'm a life coach. Not only am I a musical artist, I am a professional musical artist that has been doing this on major stages and been multiplied. I've been published on several worldwide campaigns for every single thing that I do. See, I hate to get like this, right? Everything that I've ever done, whether you know me or not, has been published worldwide. That goes for modeling. That goes for music. That goes for acting. That goes for voiceover acting. Everything that I've ever done has been published on a large campaign scale, worldwide. Okay? So when somebody doesn't, it's not even about them doing their research, because I haven't had many of those lately. What I've had lately is just like people are asking me my rates and they'll be like, yeah, I get it. I understand, right? Because I make multiple PSAs. Like, guys, you can't talk to people like this. Like, you can't just slide in somebody's DMs and be like, yo, can you rock my T-shirt? Can you do an open mic real quick? I got a new spot in Brooklyn. Can you do this open mic? Can you bless the stage? They love saying that, bless the stage. Honey, if you see me on a stage performing, you better know there was major coin involved, okay? If you see me on any stage performing, I got paid for it. So no, I don't want to do your open mic. And no, I didn't ask to leave my home, hop in an Uber for nearly $100 because it's rush hour. I live in Manhattan and you are located deep in Brooklyn. You didn't even ask for travel expenses. Then I get on stage for whatever place this is that I don't know about, and I do an open mic, no sound check, nothing. It's just an open mic. Last stage I've been on was a professional stage. And then when I declined and I said no, I didn't say no once. I said no 3 times, 3 different times. It's such a violation to the human and the artist for people to pry into after they have a boundary of not wanting to solicit their work. I didn't ask you to work. I didn't ask you to work for free. So if somebody doesn't ask you for a favor, for your platform, for your venue, for your services, I didn't ask for any of these things. How dare you come back with, oh, you too good now? Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? Because what if I said, yeah? What if I said, I've not done an open mic since I was 24? There's nothing wrong with open mics. You have to understand, we talked about artist trajectory, right? We talked about artist journey. My journey doesn't involve me overworking or overperforming for no reason. I'm a very low functioning human being, which means I do not care about publicity, popularity. What I do care about is doing what serves me, what serves others, and what monetarily is great in my bank account. So finances. These are the things that I'm most passionate about. So if I have none of those things, when you're offering me to perform on the floor somewhere, in a local bar or venue or studio, and I didn't ask to do so, and you decline my decline 3 times, you've lost your mind. You've lost your mind. You've lost your mind. So I kindly blocked that person, and I'm really like that. I've known this person for 10 years. They're blocked. You're blocked. Because I didn't do anything rude, and all I received was rude treatment because I said, no, I don't feel like overworking and overspending my money back and forth in an Uber to perform for free because I'm not even performing right now. But not only that, I don't need to explain to you why I'm not performing. I'm the artist. You asked me 3 times. I said no clearly 3 times. I didn't be like, maybe next time, maybe some other day. Oh, super cool. No, I said no. I said no. And I explained, no, I'm not too good for anything. So if I feel like doing an open mic in my mid-30s at some point, because I have nothing else to do, sure, I'll reach out to you to do an open mic. Excuse me. Don't play with me. And that goes to my last point. Stop making excuses for people who are jerks. Don't blame it on mental health. Don't blame it on mental illness. Do not blame it on their upbringing, and don't blame it on their surroundings. People are jerks sometimes because they're jerks. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Lyin, Ryan. Happy Juneteenth and happy Pride Month, y'all. Y'all were thinking it? I just say it. Now tell me I'm lying. Peace.